We're just pulling out of our spot at the KOA in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and we're heading to Ship's Cove.
1/4 mile. Keep left on Brookside Lane.
Oh, Brookside Lane. Brooke will be happy to hear that. So we're heading to Ship's Cove in St. Michael's, Maryland. Should take us a few hours, and we had an interesting stay here. And I think I talked a little bit about it in yesterday's video. So I'm still bugged about the fact that they never opened their clubhouse while we were here. I'll try to let that go since I'm not coming back here.
Okay, we finally made it onto the I-95 North. Horrible traffic jam in that city back there. Backed up on the freeway, backed up on the roads. Most people are not going to have a nice Saturday.
Going the other direction.
Going the other direction, it's completely stopped.
We're okay.
No idea, we're good though.
So far.
So far so good, and it is 10:22. So looking forward to a drive that's pleasant. It's no clouds in the sky. It looks like good weather today.
We got 137 miles to go. Let's see how we do. Well, we checked our odometer and we've traveled 2,861 miles to find traffic. We really haven't had any traffic except a little bit of road construction traffic coming out of Gallup, New Mexico. No actual city traffic in any of the large cities that we passed through until we got here to Northern Virginia, coming into the general Washington area, and it's a Saturday. We thought we would be pretty lucky coming through here on a Saturday rather than a weekday, but I guess it doesn't make any difference on the East Coast. So here we are in traffic. Bay Bridge over the Chesapeake Bay.
I have to say, the water looks a little bit rough in here.
I hope it's out into the ocean. Atlantic Ocean. So I'm seated with Mike Oeth, who is the owner of the Ship's Cove Inn in St. Michael's, Maryland, on the beautiful edge of the Chesapeake Bay. So a couple questions for you, Mike. First of all, how did you become interested in owning property on Chesapeake Bay?
Well, that's a good question. So we actually looked at a bunch of different places. I grew up in the Midwest. We had a family friend who had a house on a lake, and we were at the lake fairly often during the summer months. And so I was kind of looking for something like in the Poconos, like on a lake or something. Melissa is much more of a beach person. She likes, going someplace where she can put her toes in the sand. There's a tide. And so we looked at Cape May, we looked up in the Poconos, and then back in 2018, we had a family vacation here in St. Michael's, just up the road, and everybody had a great time. And we're like, well, let's go look around St. Michael's. And this particular property, for me, it has the vibe of like a creek and a lake, but we're close to town. There's tides. There's a nice beach up the road. So it was a good compromise between being on a beach and being up in the mountains.
Okay, and so you were interested before you found the property, or you became interested after you found the property in becoming an owner of property like this?
We were looking specifically for an investment property.
Okay, so you were looking as investors, and then you found this property. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a critical question. So
Yeah. So some of the places that we looked at, it was, just a main house, and if we were renting that out, then we wouldn't be able to be there. There were two big things with this particular property. One is just the size of it, and it's a really special place with incredible views. But by having a couple different outbuildings, especially this outbuilding here, which had no stairs on it, we knew we could get Logan in with a wheelchair into this property. We could stay here when we have the main house rented out. So
you have a disabled stepson that you're
Yes.
referring to. Okay, and so I know that the opening date keeps moving because of permit issues and also final work to be completed. But what's the projection currently?
Right. So the windows with the correct egress should be installed around the 9th, and then we should be in a June 9th, which means we should then be in a 30 to 45 day window. So August 1st, maybe?
Okay, so but it seems to me that the rentals here would continue through the fall because of the weather. It is so pleasant in the fall.
Yeah.
Here in Maryland. I wouldn't consider this to just be a summer place.
No, I know Chris last year had rentals all the way through Christmas, and they have a big Christmas boat parade here. So I think there's opportunity all the way through Christmas, and then starting maybe as early as April.
So I understand you've employed my granddaughter Lauren, and what are her duties?
So Lauren is the assistant innkeeper. She wears a lot of hats in that role. On the business side of things, she's running our QuickBooks site, so she's handling all of the bills. She's handling all of our social media, so Instagram and our
You're on Facebook.
YouTube and Facebook and all that, which is going to get ramped up once we get the permit. Horses permitting, because we can't advertise at all until we have the permit. So she's doing all the social media, and then once we have the permit, then she's going to be running the Airbnb website, so handling all of the registrations and keeping the calendar. And then as people register, sending them a note, seeing what their interests are. Okay, you want to do deep sea fishing, here are some options. You want food, here are some options. And so being kind of the host prior to coming, and then once they're here on site, just helping and seeing if there's anything that they need. On top of that, on site, she's the pool girl, so she's spending many hours every day trying to keep the pool in balance. And then just kind of keeping the property up to snuff.
My final thought is, as YouTubers, we have potentially teens of followers who are going to see this. So you may get a random request for info about your place, but it is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Look at that view. Kathy, to your right. Look at that.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Lauren's in there someplace, but we're gonna walk down here. I am not an official member yet, so our application. But they have a limit. They have a limit of 768 or something.
So somebody has to die before you get in?
Basically, yes.
So you read the obits every week and see if you're moving up on the list.
Yeah, if I get on the list, are you?
Yeah.